everyone. Welcome to the Women at Work series. I told you it is going to be a fantastic one, and trust me, in the next couple of weeks, you are going to thank me. So today I am with my personal grandma, my personal Ienoge. As in, this, my mommy, words are not enough to explain her impact in my life as a person. So I want Iye to introduce herself to us, and then she'll move forward to tell us about her journey and through her career path, through her life as a woman, how she surmounted all of her challenges, and up until now, what is she about at this time. So first, Iye one. Iye, please give us a short introduction.
Thank you, my darling daughter, for this vision. And I thank God for the vision she has given to you. I'm a Sosa. Osato Hame. Ni Okwonrai. I was born into the Okwonrai family. I'm now Mrs Owen-Ode. For women, I think it's laziness. For you to think that maybe your husband has enough money. Well, Iyayi's wives were working. Iyayi was, we all know, Efana Iyayi, of blessed memory. All his wives had their own businesses. They didn't say their husband had enough. And it gives the woman, that satisfaction, self-satisfaction, that you are not totally dependent on a man. And somehow, too, it gives you self-respect. The husband will respect you more. Does it mean that you want to buy this, bring money, you become a burden? You can the children can grow on their own. They can grow on their own. It all requires extra energy from you. And a time is coming when they will start, taking care of you. They grow up to a standard that you will stop cooking, they'll be cooking. They help you with the house chores. And especially with female children. Teach them as early as possible. What I do, if the sink is too high for them, I put stool, they climb the stool and start washing. There was a day one was cutting, ripe plantain to make a dodo. And she cut it so big, I shouted, I said, you are spoiling my plantain. He said, is that why you are shouting? Am I not learning? Praise the Lord. I had to apologize. I said, really, my daughter, you are learning. I'm sorry. Okay, this is how to do it. This is how big it is. Teach them. And we should be patient with them at that age. And we pray also for understanding husbands. If your husband is understanding, the stress is on the family, not just the wife. Because if you break down, he will be forced to do it. So the wise man will help you. The wise man will help you. When you are in the kitchen, a wise man will help to take care of the children. At least prepare them for school. While you are preparing
their bags, their lunch.
The lunch is ensuring their books are ready, they are getting dressed and all that.
So it has to do with teamwork in the family.
Teaming up. And there has to be submission too. Do not, because some women miss it by the time they start complaining. Don't you see, I'm going to go and do this. No man wants to be commanded. And the Bible has said the husband is the head of the home. So pet them. Everyone will, thank you. Oh, you did this. If even we feel that they should do it, let him feel as if he's going the extra mile. Because if he doesn't do it, you must do it. Nobody is going to ask you. It's very easy to cope. You see, there was a day someone asked me when we went for, somehow, you see, when I was a commissioner at the Civil Service Commission, at first, when I was a PS, Minister of Finance, one of our churches came to me that I should pastor them. I should be the pastor. I told that one that my workload in the office was too much. I would not be able to cope. I don't want to put my hands in things I don't do with the best of my ability. That was Faith Baptist Church. So I said, no, I won't take it up. Let me face my civil service job because I believe in working for your pay. So he left. Then when we were compulsorily retired in 2000, in 2001, Reverend Emokpa approached me. By then we had gone to Jerusalem and come back. When the Baptist College of Theology was started, you see, that's why I said at times the steps I take as if God is just directing me. I had no intention of being a pastor. I just wanted to read and know more about the Bible. So that when the Baptist College of Theology was started, I was one of the foundation students. I enrolled. And when I finished, Baba came, oh, please come and pastor. I said, no, Baba, I'm not ready to be a pastor. Let me face my civil service. But by the time we were retired, I had to start. So it was after I had started 2001 that in 2004 I was made a commissioner in the Civil Service Commission. That one is not as demanding as being a permanent secretary. Because as a commissioner, we were meeting once a week. It's a full-time job, but we had commissions meeting once a week. But when we had to interview or do promotion, we fixed like 3 or 4 days a week. And by the time we clear our tables, we are free. There was greater freedom there. So that was why I accepted this call. And you know, when I was, even before then, I had been made the president of the women. And I had been made the president of the women. And at the same time, I was the treasurer of the Baptist women of the whole of Africa. So at one of our meetings, I know one of my colleagues, another participant from another country, asked me, how do you cope? You are a pastor, you are a women leader, you are a commissioner, and you are treasurer. I said it is the grace of God. Because, and you see, in the civil service, you are entitled to 30 days leave. I was not going on leave to say 30 days leave. Because I believe in putting in your best for your pay. I hate cheating. So the only time, then you may ask me, how were you able to attend all these things? I split my leave. Those 30 days, when we had to go for Baptist World Congress, I said, okay, give me 7 days out of my 30. I have to go for a convention, give me 5 days out of that. You know, that was how I was.
You negotiated your way.
I didn't cheat government. Government didn't cheat me. I made sure I put in my best. And there was a time I got to the Ministry of Health. I was posted there at the time. And after, there was a day a senior officer came in and said, you mean it's possible for this table to be clear? So I said, what do you mean? He said, your predecessor, you will need something, then files will be falling over. Some people are used to that. how will your conscience be clear? Do your work conscientiously and God will give you. By the time you get home, you need rest. But you see, after a hard day's work, when you fall down, if even it is 1 hour, it is sound sleep. If even it is 1 hour, it is sound sleep. And I will say, well, in my secondary school, I was a high jumper. So in the primary school, secondary school, HSC, university, I represented my school. And the only time I was apprehensive was my final year in the university. The exams were to start in June, May, June. And we went for Nuga games at Lagos University. So then, at times I would say, who sent me? Instead of me to be reading, I'm there practicing for games. Because in the morning you must go out to practice and do your hits and all before then. But I bet you, my children, by the time I took up my book, it was full concentration. It was full concentration because I knew I had wasted, some time for training to go to the field, to watch or to participate. By the time to come back, it is full concentration.
So I think even when you were doing some of these things while you were still in secondary school, you were already preparing yourself for multitasking and for all of the other portfolios you were to have at that time. So you're already used to being everywhere at the same time and trying to compartmentalize. Yes.
You see, there is at times some like civil service employment form. There is a section put there, ability to work under pressure. I don't know if you've ever felt it.
Yes.
Ability to work under pressure is very important. If you are under pressure, mine may be pressure of time. I have spent time in this. So this one now, I should put in, if even it is 10 minutes you have, make the best use of that 10 minutes. By the time you get to do, nowadays, children's homework and all, make the best use of it. And one thing you must remember is that your children copy you. When you are bringing up children, the way you behave, the way you talk, even to your husband, to people around you, mind the impact you make on the children. Because there was a day it dawned on me. I was taking the children to school, and one of them, they faced, I said, you didn't put on powder at all. He said, do you wear powder? So, she just said it. She said, do you put on powder? So I said, okay. So in my mind, I said, witness, but I don't put on powder. I don't know why, but it is just my nature. All this makeup and all, I don't. He said, do you put on powder? I said, must you be like me? So I didn't talk at all. So that day I said, okay, whatever you do.
Yes, every energy the parents are giving
a good time manager and a good resource manager. Because there are times I had many children.
How many more?
7.
And so if I have one, they want to die.
Plus, I told you earlier.
Yes.
My auntie's daughter are adopted at 6. So there were 8 of them.
Wow.
And we were a happy family. And we, closely knit up. To the point that the Reverend I mentioned to you, I don't want to mention his name, but I said it's the...
Yes.
We were all at Central Baptist. There was a day he told me, Then he mentioned one that the daughter had been on him negatively because of me. So I said, That is what happened. He said, the daughter said, look at my so many children. The daughter was asking him to buy something for her, which he was reluctant to. The daughter now told him, look at Owen-Ode's children. With all her children, are they not among the best dressed in the church? For you to do this now. So I said, buy it for her. You see, make your children happy. They will cooperate with you. And also teach them how to manage time. When it is time for school, they must go to school. And teach them to be self-support, independent. Very early in age, let them learn how to take care of themselves. Learn to bake, learn to dress up. There was a day, one of the schools, the children, it was I think parents day also. And some children were brought out and told to dress up. One couldn't even put on his shirt, and everybody, this one has been spoiled at all. To even put on his shirt, he couldn't. Teach them to. Because if you over-labor yourself, you will break down. But don't be lazy. You are not going to break down. And don't think you can finish that job in one day. The one you can do today, do. Leave the rest for tomorrow. But don't be negligent. And also try to keep your home tidy. Because you are impacting the lives of your children. That is very important. And as much as you can, you see, the spiritual aspect is very important. Teach them. Pray together. We used to pray together morning and evening. Very important. And there was a day some children came, some time ago, a family friend, their children came here, for holidays. And when I saw one of them, I said, Grandma, I used to enjoy the morning devotion. I was surprised. I said, it's very important. And I'm happy that even in my children's homes now, they all do that. They practice it. The way of the Lord is very important. And God will help you. Women should not be lazy at all. There are times we say what a man can do. A woman can do, and at times better. Don't see yourself as a woman. See yourself as a human being. And you'll be able to do it. I will tell you, when we were at Internal Revenue, it was always a male that was the boss, the head of Internal Revenue. So when I was number 3 to the top, number 1 was a male, number 2 was a female. I was number 3. And somebody told me, incidentally, I stood up from my desk in my office that day, just looked up, because I was on the 2nd floor. Looked out, I saw one of my staff with a visitor. Then I went back to him. After about an hour, that staff came and said, Madam, there's something happening I want to bring to your attention. I said, what? He said, the boss was about to retire. And he said, he does not think a woman can be the head of Internal Revenue. So I said, this is the 3rd time I'm hearing this. He said, Madam, somebody, he mentioned that the person came to him, and that when he saw him off, as they were resting against his own car, that the man told him this. And incidentally, that was when I stood up and saw him and the man. So I said, the man put on such and such. He said, oh, yes. I said, I saw you put. He said, you know now I'm not lying. I said, okay. So I went to the other lady, number 2. I said, Madam, this is what I had. He said, what do we do now? I said, tomorrow we'll go and accost Oga. We'll go and meet him and tell him this is what we had. He said, I said, yes, let's go and confront him with it. So he said, okay. The next morning, we really went to him. So when we got there, she said, we are talk now. Are you?
Well, you're supposed to be number 2.
He said, you are talk now. I said, I will talk. So I said that. And so the man said, am I safe among women? I said, Oga, you will be safe if you want to be safe. So we laughed. I told him, this is what we had. He said, nothing like that. I said, make sure it doesn't happen. Because if it happens, if she's not the one after you, then we will know that it is true. Please make sure it doesn't happen. Actually, it would have been true. Because he said that woman, that if it were my turn, he wouldn't mind. But that woman was not, as hardworking. And that he feared her ability to cook. But I had told him, make sure it doesn't happen. Then no handset at all. One morning, the lady came to me. When we go to the office, very early in the morning, she came to my office and said, then it was military administration. She said, the military administrator sent for me. Send somebody to my house yesterday after office to come and call me. That she waited and waited till it was night. And then he called her and said the head was retiring. He would put her, let us try women. So she said, I've come to beg you. You know my ability. Please help me. And what I told her, I said, Madam, don't worry. Answer the name. I will do the work. I said, answer the name. Take the salary. I will do the work. And that was what happened. Because any letter that was going out, I would write it for her. Her own is the signature. But there was the time, something was happening, and I went to her office, locked the door and said, Madam, from today, I'm not doing the work. I won't do it again. You will do your work. He said, If you don't do it, I have tasted this position. You will not taste. They will say women cannot do it. Look at the woman we put, she failed. So you are spoiling your own luck. Better continue. Praise the Lord.
That's a black female there.
They will tell the woman we put couldn't do it. So they will be afraid to give another woman. So I said, everybody knows. I called her name. It's different from I called my own name. He said, that's your own. No, I've told you. Anyway, incidentally, Edo and Delta were created. So she went to Delta and I came to Edo. But even after me, then women were made. Right now, I think it's a woman head in the place. And some of my women have been happy because it was because of me they started having PS in internal revenue. Because I did my work. My home front did not stop me. And if you are diligent in your work, you are paving the way for other people. So it is not a question now of saying she's a woman, women cannot do it. No. What a man can do, a woman can do. Be determined. Be focused. Make the best use of your time. And know that there are challenges. What you don't know, ask those ahead of you. I will tell you, when I first got into internal revenue, I knew nothing about taxation. But I would even ask clerk. That's one thing I like about banking. When you go into the banking sector, whether you are going to be the Oga or not, I don't know if they still do it, but they said they go to every section to learn.
Yes, they still do it.
Because there was a day, one of my staff, he was a clerk, although he had moved in. So I would ask him, Patrick, how then they do this? So there was a day he said, Madam that I used to teach work, you are the one teaching me now. I said, stay there. Do it. Because, I will go to every section. Learn. Oh, you believe. How do you do this? They will do. And within a short time, at least I knew what to expect from them and what to give to them. It's just determination. 24 hours is there. But your 24 hours can be 6 hours or it can be 48 hours. Even for some 48 hours, you will still achieve nothing. Whereas within, what you have to do is do it down. I remember one of my, when I was to give birth to one of the children, I cooked down that day and drove myself to UBTH before I sent Ahmad in the hospital. What you want to do it and God will help you. It is laziness to say there's enough money. We pray that everything works out and that you and your husband live long together. What if the husband goes? What if he goes? There's a woman in one of our churches. You know, she was in employment. Then the husband was doing very well and she stopped work. But unfortunately, the husband died. And she found herself in trouble. Because after then, she started moving from one office to the other, looking for a job. I don't advise any woman. If even it is business, open your own store. Have something to do. Idleness is not good. And this African magic or whatever, I don't watch. If I must open television, it is something that will educate me. So don't say, even children watching cartoon, make sure they finish their assignment before they do any other thing. Some women now feel that's how they can save time. You know, keep the children
busy while they can be doing something
so
else.
that you can do something else. You can keep them busy with other stations,
things,
not cartoon. Give them assignments and all that. They will happily do it. There are other things that can keep them happy.
Okay. I want to especially thank you for your time, reception, and everything, for your words of wisdom, for sharing with us your career path and how you moved through the ranks, and you shared a lot of challenges, you shared a lot of strategies to us today. So I want to thank you for your time and thank you for going through life with so much determination. Personally, I feel inspired and motivated. I don't know about you, but I feel inspired, I feel motivated. So thank you, Iye, for living such a productive life. I hope every one of you listening, you've heard a lot of what Mommy has said and more. You would take time to watch again and in your quiet time have some personal reflection. Know how you can better tailor your time towards achieving more productivity. How you can tailor your time to achieve more productivity. How you can tailor your resources. How you can even structure your life so that you can have balance in your work life and at home as well. And even if you want to start a business, you'll be able to do that as well. Please know that having a family does not limit you in any way. From our mommy's story, we have observed that she had to even do so much, like go through different ranks, different ranks from church to the civil service and otherwise, and she still could manage all of them. So this is not the time for you to sit down and feel relaxed and feel like, okay, everything will fall in place. No, you've got to be determined. You've got to be intentional. The key word I learned from Iye's story today is determination, intentionality, rigor. You should push yourself. You should do all you can with the time that you have. You shouldn't relax. But then again, when you're at work, be at work. When you're at home, be fully at home. Do not leave things to chance, and you must dare to dream. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you. Yes.
Your aim must be success.
Exactly.
I must succeed in this thing that has come my way. Don't see it as a mistake. I must succeed.
You must succeed at work. You must succeed at home.
At home. I must succeed at work. I must succeed in bringing up my children. I must succeed in my spiritual life. Just determine and share your time.
Exactly. Thank you very much once again. I'll see you in the next episode of Women at Work.